Hello, amazing teachers. I've got a great idea for you to help to take the opening attention-getting activity in your manual and add a little more life into it. Get the students doing a little bit more. I think not only will it help to create more energy at the beginning of your class, but it might also add some additional insights. Let's take a look. So here we are in 4th Nephi. Let's take a look at this opening activity. It starts with this challenge. Imagine what it would be like if you and the people around you all loved and were trying to follow Jesus Christ. Then it suggests breaking the students into small groups to discuss what it might be like. Now, what I've done is I would take that first statement and turn it into a question, and then split the students up into small groups after I've explained the instructions. Remember, one way to be successful with small groups is to make sure to have clear instructions before you begin, and then to make sure to assign a captain or a leader to each of the groups, and then keep those groups small, 2 to 4 students if you can. All right, here's how I might do it. On the board, on a slide, in a handout, I would say, how would life be different if you and the people around you all loved and were trying to follow Jesus Christ? In your community, at school, at church, at home. How would it be different in each of these locations? Here's what I'm going to have you do. I'm going to break you up into small groups, and then I would go ahead and do that. And then I would say, okay, Sarah, you're captain of your group. Alan, captain of yours. And Denise, you're captain of your group. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to make a list of as many ideas as you can think of how life would be different in these various areas. Then when you come back, we're going to compare the lists. If you come up with something that another group also has come up with, we'll just put a little check mark by that. Still a very good idea, but what I want to do is see how many unique ones we can also come up with. So anytime you come up with something the other groups haven't come up with, we'll leave that open and you'll get a point for each one of those. All right? So here we've got 2 minutes or 3 minutes, whatever you feel like you should do. Ready? Go. Now the students start making their list, and then when the time is done, I would say, all right, time's up, everybody. Now, what I'd like you to do is let's start with group 1. Give me the first idea. Oh, that's a really good one. Does anyone else have it? Raise your hand if you do. Oh, okay. Group 2 also had it. So put a check mark by that, both group 1 and group 2. Okay. Oh, that's a good one. Anyone else? No one else got that one. Okay, leave that clear. And then so forth. You go down each of those, and then you go to group 2 and you say, okay, go ahead and read the ones that don't have a check mark by them, and let's see if anybody else has those, and so forth until you've gone through the lists. Something that you can do that will help you prepare for a later portion of the lesson is to incorporate these words, if you can. Tumults, whoredoms, or lasciviousness are words that they encourage you to define for students later when you read verses 2 through 18. But you could set the stage while you're getting the ideas from the group activity. So, for example, one of the things that could be mentioned in someone's list is that there wouldn't be riots, or something like that, or let's say riots. You could say, oh, that's a great answer. And there's a scriptural term that's used for that. It's called tumults. Would you just write tumults next to your answer there? Because we might see that later. Or if somebody says that, say, there wouldn't be websites with inappropriate content. And you could say, oh, you know what? That refers to something in the scriptures they call lasciviousness. Those websites promote lasciviousness. So let's just keep an eye out for that word later. Or, again, people wouldn't be having sex out of wedlock or whatever. Whoredoms, you might bring up something like that, refers to sexual sins. If you can do that at the beginning of the lesson, they will be ready to go when they read those verses. They'll already know what those words mean. The activity is in the lesson, and it's a good one. But Sometimes there's a little bit more that we can do to get the students active and participating and engaged, and maybe put a little competition in it to see if we can't push their answers a little further. I hope this works well for you, because it's going to set the stage for some really powerful doctrines. Have a great lesson.